Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here for Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam episode 13 and probably 14. I've been told that the two episodes go really well together, and that they may be important or interesting, and so I am excited for those things. I did have struggle this morning because my neighbor has been doing work with machines all morning. I took a little clip of it. I'll put it here. So this is the current state of affairs. Obviously, I'm not ready yet anyway, but this neighbor of mine is just vacuuming really hard, but has been doing work with machines all morning. So if there's any construction noise in the background or anything like that, I apologize sincerely. There's nothing I can do about it. It is how it is. But we are here to watch Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam episode 13. Last time on Zeta Gundam, we left off with a bit of a bang. Overall, over the two episodes that we saw, we descended to Earth and through the atmosphere, had a crazy battle in the skies, arrived in the jungles, the forests near Jaburo, and commenced our assault. In attacking Jaburo, things went well, but it was a little bit suspicious how little resistance there was in Jaburo. It felt like the place had almost been cleared out a little bit. Just sort of some token soldiers left behind and some stuff, but it felt weird. All the main staff and everything was like gone. So what's up with that? And we discovered that the reason for that, as was told by some of the soldiers who had been left behind, was that they left a nuke, and they decided that nuking the base in order to be a big trap for all the AU forces that were coming in was a good idea. Yikes. And they succeeded in nuking the base, but we also succeeded in getting the fuck out of here, as did one Jared, pushing and shoving his way through a crowd. He managed to survive as well, so he continues to be a part of the story. And he was pulled out by a definitely not a character with definitely not a character design, so that's interesting, and we'll see who that is hopefully soon. But overall, we had a semi-successful mission to infiltrate and attack Jaburo, and now Jaburo is gone as a base. It exploded. But of course, the Titans and the Earth Federation forces are moving elsewhere, so maybe a win, maybe a loss, maybe a mixed bag. Maybe like maybe two steps forward, one step back, something like that. Yeah, something like that. There's a bunch of other stuff going on still, of course. Axis is still moving. We managed to save Rekoa and Kai and reunite some more people, some more folks, up on the bridge and up in the ships, and that's pretty cool. We'll have to see how all of that shakes out as these characters spend more time with each other, and it's still not 100% clear whether they're aware of Char's existence and him being Char. I just don't know. But we are currently on Earth, and I think we need to get off of Earth eventually. But I think that we're going to do some Earth stuff for a little while, and I'm excited to see how all that plays out because it brings us to Ground Zero, to like the place where everything happens and all the philosophy sort of comes to a head, and that's really interesting. Meanwhile, Axis is still moving. Weird purple guy in his super mobile suit armor thing, who seems to be a new type, but I don't know, exists and is scary. And there's some other stuff going on. Interesting. Lots of things happening. Also, we fully reunited with Fa, and we knew that, and that's all happened, and she's back, and yay, okay. And she's sort of becoming kind of like Fraubo in the first season in a little bit of a way. I don't know. Like the childhood friend who ends up being a member of the crew and trying to help where she can, even though she's like a child and not a soldier. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. So, here we are moving into episode 13. I don't know what this episode is called because I haven't looked, and I don't know what to expect from it, except that that's where we're at, and I don't know what our future directionality is. I don't know if we're heading in a direction yet. I think we need to set that up and start moving in some direction again. Like some specific smaller goal that leads to the bigger goal. That would be good. I think that's it. So, let's move our attention to episode 13 of Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. I've got it up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be two versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, and a beep-beep timer to count you down, as well as early access on the Patreon. As always, check that out if you please. It helps a ton. Let's get straight into it. Beep-beep timer. Hello? Where is this? His name is Haimum. Okay. What's down there? Okay. Wow. 2 colonies right near Luna 2, and they're fortifying. Cool. Shuttle launch. Okay. Cute little drone flyer thing. Oh! 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 We're starting with Amuro? Oh! Hi, Ah! Frau Kobai Hayato. That did happen. Still haven't shown her face. Well. Oh, hello, Let's and Kika. Where are they going? Some very fresh beef. Ah! Ah, Kika! Kika exists! Well, we got a picture. She's pregnant? Uh, uh, I do. Many youngsters? Is he being watched constantly? Whoa, okay. Oh my god, she called her Okasan. Oh my god, he called her Okasan. Because she's pregnant. With Hayato. So he's out of the loop. What is Karaba? That's new. Fair. Okay. Oh. Cat's going off. Whoa, we've heard that before. Well, he's been in that position before. Hmm. My duty is done. But you're giving up the potential. Yes. We're past tense? Man, that's cruel, dude. There might be. There might be. I don't think there is, actually. Yeah, that's probably best. Oh, okay. She's 6 months pregnant. She's fine. Maybe. Yeah, I'll handle that shit. I got the money. Awkward. Yeah. Old friendships, man. Wow, it's cool to see this have evolved. That's like the third of those wipes we've seen. Hi, Hayato. Right, so he was flying around. I forgot about that. I'm dumb. Kennedy? What is Karaba? I think that's what it is, actually. That seems to be exactly what it is. That's great looking. Oh, that's a lot of wheels. Director. Well, I got that. I. Uh-huh. I mean, do you know? Are there any girls anywhere? He's near them. Probably hitting on them. Bye. Arigato. Wait, where are you going? Oh, he's got a biddle. Is this Hayato's organization? Like, what is Karaba exactly? Space Museum. What's in here, Hayato? Ooh, Shimobile shoots. Shimobile shoots. Are they real and operational mobile shoots? Oh, hello. Yeah. I went to pee. Wow, they got a whole squad. It's a weird cut. Newtype lab. A tall person? I need to see that whole note, dude. What? Hi, I'm back with the cola. What a guy. Hmm. Wow, so much faith. So you call that. Sweet. Wow, that's soon. Oh, that's fun. The reflections? Ah, fuck. They're using museum stuff. Ugh. Okay. All right. I don't know that you can, but I think you will. No, he's just running shit now. We're not battling. We're getting the fuck out of here. Uh-huh. Let's go now. Okay, the three important ones. Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. Dang. Hi, Hayato. Did he give him the whole letter? Did he give him the whole letter? Ooh. How does literally any of this work? Oh, just smash it. We're gonna find out, dude. Firsthand, the hard way. Yo, that note has Char's name in it. Ah! It said, I think it's likely. Like, Kai, come on, dude. You're not stupid. Well, I guess he is Kai. You're not that stupid. Oh, incoming? Fuckers. Of course. That's not Jared. What a character design. Oh, that's fucking crazy. Fun. Fuck, she's gonna die. God damn it, that whole truckload of people is dead. See you later. Bye. But I can see you. I've seen you. I've fucking seen you, dude. We've seen each other in person. You're wearing fucking red and you're blonde and you have sunglasses. My guy. My guy. Yet will not. That's bullshit. Okay, so there's no joke. I have 4 vaginas. What? Yo, hype. Yo, hype. Very well. But we all. Oh, come on. What the fuck? Ow. What? No. No, it just slides in. What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, a timely interruption. Incoming. Oh my god, that was so crazy. And of course, he's reflecting the abuse that he suffered at the hands of what's his face. Yeah. Sure. No sunglasses. The what? Oh. Oh, geez. That's one of our 2 shuttles. How many people were on that shuttle? Yeah, you just gotta hope. That Rico is on this one. Okay. Fuck me. Yep, you gotta. So is that reflection on Char? Somebody who doesn't have the qualifications actually just stepping into the role regardless? Oh, he's going out. Char sacrifice, but not actually. Ooh. Not the plane. No. Rekoa's on there, man. Ooh. That's why I kill you. That was a cool beam. It's got little bibs in it. To fuck with you, dude. Sick. Is this Roberto? I think it is. Good job, Roberto. What is that thing, anyway? Oh, because they're not calibrated for Earth combat? Sweet. Oh. Ah! What a cool little moment. That's great looking. These are cool. What is... Oh, shit. Another Hensheening one. Is there another Newtype in that? Ah. Whoa. Oh. Oh, it's him. Okay. I wasn't 100% sure who was in which suit. Now I am. Oh, wow. A big triumphant swell in the music, too. Thank you, Roberto. Roberto's probably gonna die for this, huh? Bum, bum. Bum. This whole episode has been very, like, on the nose. You know? Let's go, buddy. Don't you dare. Gundam coming after him. Let's go. Let's go. Is that thing capable of fucking takeoff? Is he gonna launcher him? Like two-stage rocket him? Holy shit. Holy shit. But he's not gonna make it out. Char isn't. He's not gonna break orbit. And... yeah, 2 stages. Pew, pew, pew. Stop it. Stop shooting my friends. Yep, they got away. We did it. We did it, boys. But now Char and Camille are stuck on Earth? Oh, a weak spot. While it's hensheening right in the armor. Ooh, get wrecked, bro. Oh, we're getting into the transport. Later. Can he make it? Again, this is on the nose, right? All these, like, mini conflicts are fine. Barely. And a repeat of the same moment, in a way. Shifting his face over the mech. That's cool. And away we go. Oh, he's American. Of course he is. That's what his whole character design is. He's like Slaggert times 2. We lose a lot of people, man. Oh, that guy in the background has a face. What the fuck? You know that guy who's got all the implants to make himself look like a human Ken doll? It's just like that. I don't know what Hikori is. Of course. Of course. Hmm. Hmm. Simple thoughts. Nice. Good job, Apoli. Sweet. Got it. So Karaba is part of the EFF, Earth Federation, and they're fighting the Titans. Sweet! Cool stuff. Cool stuff. An okay episode with some very interesting things. I don't like that guy, but I do love his character design. It's like Johnny Bravo meets Slegger Law meets Jared. He's got like it's the sideburns and the big poof that give him the Johnny Bravo look for sure. It's exactly what it is. It's that it reminds me of Johnny Bravo. Fucking awesome. So this is a pretty cool episode, mostly in my mind because of all the character interactions that happen. I don't know why we get this whole introduction to Gemitov Hymen. Wow, also, what a name. Like, holy shit. First off, the easy joke is Hymen, ha ha ha. But also, Gemitov? Wow. Sorry, I just got actually really, just very slightly nauseous. Give me a minute to let that go away. I might have to lie down. Super weird immediately. All right, that was odd. I just got up and walked around for a little while and it subsided. I'm not sure why. It might be the tea that I'm having because it's a little bit different than usual. It might be that I don't know. I just don't know. Weird. In any case, Gemitov Hymen is the leader of this thing, and we see them setting some stuff up, which I guess is what we follow up on at the end, that they're divided into two colonies and they're setting up this new fortification thing, which is cool. And Amuro, and holy shit, it's Fraubo, and Katz, and Kika, and Let's. I didn't expect this, and hey, it happens. We stay away from her face for a while. Do you mind if we stay over? We show the people who work here, as well as the place itself, and how the kids interact, and how they're walking around this really nice big home and everything. We find out that Frau is fucking pregnant, and that Amuro is looking over a bunch of other kids. Also, you still have the hots for Sayla, right? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Fucking God. Yes. Hit that shit. Let's go. And he passes them a note because what he says is under constant surveillance. He is not safe here. He is trapped. I think it's interesting how the facial features have changed as they've aged up these characters. Managed to keep some of Amuro's boyishness intact, which is cool. And of course, having him suit up makes him seem like a different person, of course. He's all grown up. All right, I'm unaware of any organization named Karaba, but now we know what that is. We did this, and man, he really lays into Amuro. You're going along with the force's demands because you're afraid to lose your life, and this is his whole conversation. The supervision is quite loose. It's bullshit. Why are you letting the Titans have their way, etc.? And his answer, of course, is, I fought more than my share during the 1-year war. I don't want to fight. And he hits him with, no, look, you have to do this. You have a responsibility based on your abilities. And he says, well, no, I'm viewed as something dangerous, and so I can't do anything. And we see Amuro's own frustration with this circumstance, with being sort of trapped here. But also a desire to stay where he is, and inertia in this character, that he's found a place that's moderately peaceful, and even though there's bad stuff going on outside, he doesn't want to re-enter the hell of war, even though he does say living here like this is hell, right? It's just a difference. It's it's what we've talked about many times. It's this choice of what's worth suffering for, and at this point, Amuro is more willing to suffer the feeling of being trapped here, and the laziness and the feeling of not being able to do anything, than he is to suffer the actual pain of diving in and doing something. And that's really interesting. Bratty kid stuff, classic backhand, right? You were a hero in the past tense, rough. At least say that there's a mobile suit hidden underground or something. I hope that there is. I hope there's a bat cave. I hope Amuro has a bat cave. And then we talk about this visa thing and stuff. I'm unfully clear of the visa thing and what that indicates. I don't know why she wouldn't be able to get one. Is it because of the conflict, or is it because she's pregnant? Like, I just don't get it. So I'm not sure. And we have this moment as he walks away where Frau cries a little bit. I'm sorry for the child's impertinence, because she wanted this connection to be wholesome without conflict, and it wasn't because of what the kid said. And that sucks, but it is okay. All right, Hayato leads us into this Kennedy Air Force Base, or space base, which is under the control of Karaba, and Kai heads off on his own to disappear into the bathroom, as well as to send an interesting message. So, we go through the museum, and we pass by the gun cannon, the classic, and Hayato watches as he passes by his own, well, one of the mechs that he was friends with. That would have been Kai's, though, right? It's the gun tank that Hayato did, and it didn't have legs. Yeah. Oh man, this scene was rough. This one, where he's walking through this space. It's not bad, necessarily. It fits, it's fine. It just feels really rough. And there are a bunch of little scenes where it feels like the shading and the coloring style are just really, like, literally rough, literally fuzzy, and that's interesting to me. I'm not sure what the case is. A tall person asked for me to give this to you. It's from Kai, and he opens it, and he pulls it out, and we get to see it, baby. To Hayato Kobayashi, it was nice to see you again. Do you know how many years have passed since I saw you last? How's your wife, Frau Bao, and kids? They should be happy with you. I wish I were you. Cool. Captain Quattro, he is a Char. He should be becoming the leader, but is satisfied with being mere soldier. I really don't like his attitude of escaping from reality. So I don't want to be with him. I am going to gather the information T. Sick. Hi, how's life? How are the kids? Captain Quattro, he is a Char. Oh, shit. That's so fucking cool. It is a cowardly action. Of course, the way that they've done it afterward is a cowardly action on Char's part to use a false name, when instead it's like, he is a Char. He should be leader instead of not leader. And he goes, okay, so Kai is not going to work with him. This is a reflection of the previous scene in the first season where Char is sitting doing a thing, and it's super sick, honestly. Okay, the enemy is blah, blah, blah. This thing, rendezvous, that's Bright Noah, super sick. 2 launches at once, you can do it, and he is commanding. This is the thing here that I don't get. He's willing to just be a mobile suit pilot instead of commanding the whole operation, but he kind of is commanding the whole operation. It's like, it's fine as is. Whatever. They want him to take a front and center thing. Apoli gets to show his shit in this episode by hopping into the thing and launching a shuttle that he's never flown before. And we meet these guys, man. I gotta say, just in this scene, his whole facial expression thing is so much more. It's just so much more, right? The eyebrows, the fucking sideburns, it's so much. guys so much. I thought this was a death flag for Akoa. At the very least, it was a good setup for one and a good thought that like, that's interesting. And then we get this conversation. Oh, baby. Zoop. Zips on in. Shows in the letter. That's got nothing to do with me. Kai says you're Char. Is that true? And he deflects. You're overrating my abilities to compare me to somebody like that. Besides, why would Zeon Char? He's doing these like arguments of why would I ever do that? It's like if you're like, you murdered that person, correct? It's like, why would I do that? Well, that's not an answer to the question. Like you're no. Well, the zombie family perished. Maybe he's trying to do something different and rebuild Earth or something. It wouldn't be surprising. Okay, let's hypothesize and hypothetically say that maybe I am Char. What's the point? Okay, interruption. If you recall from Kai's letter, he says, Char has the caliber to be a leader, yet does not. That makes him a coward. So that's the classic of, like, you have the power to do X, Y, Z, and if you don't, you're responsible for what happens if X, Y, Z are not accomplished. And this is the same thing that's being foisted upon Amuro a little bit earlier, which is why you stay in here. If you have the power to be important and to change things as we move forward, then the fact that you don't do that means that you're responsible for the repercussions, at least to some extent, right? The bystander effect, or the corollary to it. So that's pretty interesting. Taking the easy way out, Char's only dishonoring himself. If Char is that type of person, then perhaps what Kai says is true. I like this a lot because it indicates that, like, yes, your logic is not false, but the underlying assumptions about the character of this Char Aznable fellow may be. Maybe Char's not the kind of person who is what you've said. Char is not taking the easy way out or participating only as a mobile suit pilot. Maybe neither is Char necessarily somebody who should be a leader. But the idea here that maybe Char Aznable, aka Quattro Bagina, has a different perspective on things that you do than you do, that's interesting. For example, say somebody's a really extraordinary doctor, right? Extraordinary doctor. And all their coworkers and friends and people around them tell them, you should really be the director of this hospital. Like, you should really be on track to become the director of a hospital. That's the goal here. Because if you're this good at all this stuff, you should be in a leadership position. You should be teaching other people. You should be the most value that you can give to the world is by being in this position of authority and power. But maybe that doctor doesn't want that position of authority and power, or maybe their perspective is that that position of authority and power, regardless of who it's viewed by, or who inhabits that position, it won't have a dramatic effect on the way that the hospital is run. Maybe that person values something different than what all their friends value. And so when that doctor perhaps joins Doctors Without Borders or something similar and goes and pro bono nonprofit does medical work in countries where medical supplies and work are less affordable or less available, that might be looked at by some of their peers and doctors back home as like, wow, what a waste. You should have been a leader. You could have had such a bigger impact. What a waste from you to be doing this one thing and essentially treating individual patients when what you could do is organize a system of doctors. It's like, well, okay, maybe, but maybe I'm not ideal in that leadership role, or maybe I don't value the impact of that leadership role. Maybe I became a doctor because I like looking into the face of a person and knowing that I've helped them. Like, maybe my goals are different from yours. Maybe my perspective is different from yours. Maybe if I were the type of person that you've described, that would be true. But in the situation that I'm in now, the way that I have the most impact from my own value system, from my own like perspective, is to do this instead. And I think that might be what Char is doing here. Like, maybe he sees himself as more valuable being around the new Amuro, around Camus, and teaching him what he can, as well as being a pilot. Like, maybe he gets more out of that, and maybe it's more valuable to him. That's pretty cool. I think that could be really cool. I hope that it comes back in the future at some point. Okay, whether it takes some years, you should become a leader. However, I am Lieutenant Quattro Bagina. And if that's true, and Camus is standing right there, if that's true, Char Aznable, you'd feel much better if you let out the truth. And it becomes immediately clear that all three of these characters who are speaking to each other know very well that Char Aznable is Char Aznable, and are just willing to keep it a secret if that's what he wants, but they don't love it. So which is it? Please tell me. Who are you? Which are you? I don't see any harm in acknowledging it. Flash, flash. Right now, I'm Lieutenant Quattrobagina. No more and no less. And Caillou loses his shit. Clench your fucking teeth. So sick. Now let me see you grit those teeth. And we get this crazy, crazy shot of Caillou going for the punch. I'll correct adults like you. Reflecting his own abuse. Flash, flash, flash. It's so weird looking, this whole sequence. Flash, flash, flash. Ah, bow. Knocks him the fuck back. His glasses go flying off in a symbolic fashion. And Char Aznable says, "This is what it's like to be young," and sheds a baby tear. So overdramatic. I actually am put off by this sequence. I think it's great. But it's so overdramatic that I actually am put off by it. Kathunk, bam. And I love how Caillou just slides into frame. He does not walk. Look at this shit, right? Zoop! That's full Slager Law shit, right? That's full Slager Law shit. Running fully across a room to punch a woman. Or to slap a woman, sorry. Oh my fucking god. And he just zips, zoop! Sliding into those DMs. Just to tell you, fuck you, man. Be Char. Do it. Understand that humans have the heart to feel shame. And then, weep, 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 shit gets whack. Gosh, what a sequence. What a sequence of events. Understand that humans have the heart to feel shame. I wonder if he's ashamed of his previous actions as Char Aznable during the 1 Year War. I wonder if that's what's going on here. And I wonder if we'll get to find out if these two characters can end up face to face. And by these two characters, I mean him and Amuro. Because that would be real intriguing. Okay. Well, I am curious about episode 14, and I've been told that they go together well. So I will take a little break here, and we will go ahead and watch episode 14 of Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam immediately following the break. See you in a second. Peace. All right, welcome back. We're good to go for episode 14. This time I did see the title, and it is titled Amuro Flies Again. So it's possible. It's plausible. It could happen. And I'm excited to see if it does. Beep beep timer to get into episode 14. Let's go. Sweet. Where's this? What are those? Is this Luna 2? Ooh. Or is this where the final battle happened? Okay. Interesting. Amuro flies again. Ooh, pretty. Is this Amuro's happy life? Is that what we're establishing now? What are those? Oh, little buoys. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, who's that? Wait, that's the chick who pulled him out, right? Rosamia Squad. I assume that's her name, though. Rosamia. She kind of fucking fine, you know? I don't know, man. Ever since Ava, I mean, even before that, women in tight suits. Okay, that's certainly a thing. Whoa, that's a pretty lady. Sorry for objectifying this character and thinking about her as a sex symbol, but holy shit, she is really pretty. Like, This is where the United States used to be? Interesting. Of course. This is war, though. He's still on that. He died to get us out of here. Let's go. Forget your sentiments in war. You can't, but you have to. Ah, hello. Rosamia. Badam. Augusta Lab? Is that the same lab that they said that they took over? Oh, he's so confident. Hyper confident. Is the Augusta Lab the Newtype lab? So is she a Newtype? Fuck, dude. Bye. Yeah, they're gonna have to be a Gundam character at some point, probably, right? Well, that was less fun than expected. Huh. Interesting. Oh, yeah, watching you, watching you, watching you. Oh, you gonna sneak aboard a freighter, dude? Later, freighter. Hi, guys. Oh. Immediately he starts helping him. He knows it's important. Hey. Yeah, that part. Gulp, gulp. Borrow cats? No, too many. Too many. Mmm. A colony-bound ticket. Nah. We men. Aww. Aww. Ha 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 ha. Da 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 da. Going to the bathroom like normal fucking humans. Holy shit, you got a gun on you. What the fuck, man? We're just stealing a fucking plane. Oh, they've been pooping for a long time. How very odd. Got the little baby. Nani? I've been had. There's sweet. This is fun. This is a very different Amuro, you know? Just gonna gun it, huh? Okay. Pull up. Yeah. We don't want to get the simple girls in here. Zoom, and we're out. And so is she. Ah! You fuckers! You fuckers! Stop that plane! They're gone, man. They're gone. All fucking gone. Let's get dressed up, yeah. To be a little big on him, but great. Oh, that's so much fun. Such a very different Amuro. Oh, hi. Gross. Yeah, Chigal. What is it? Oh. Uh-oh. Hostiles. Yes. Yes, thank you. Hope not. But we might have to. Here comes the musica. What? You just happened to run into them now. Shoot down the Garuda. Oh boy. Ooh. Interesting question. Attack from in here. He did say that. It's not gonna happen though. He's gonna break that order. Yeah, that's a new suit. Or new armor. Uh-oh, henshining. We're doing something. There have been a few of those. Oh, what? He's already out. Yeah. Bye. Will she stop and save them? No. Okay. Fuck, she's fast. Yeah, we're gonna go down if we keep doing that. But the worst case scenario. Right. You gotta get out there, man. We need Newtype v Newtype. She's spooky. I'm turned on. Not really, but you know. That's so fun. Little things like that are so fun. Oh, it just rotates its whole hand around. Blah, blah, blah. Hi. I like the little wee things. The Gaplant. Nah, this is gonna be a recurring villain. Neither of us can win this one. Neither of us can win this one because we gotta find out what happened with her and Jared because that is the same girl, right? I think it is. Where it is Jared. Wow, that was great. That was so cool. He dropped off his sled and jumped onto me. Dokoda? What? Fucking bullshit. What was that? Did she just hit the brakes? Oh, switch into a suit. Boom. It's so big. Oh, shit. Alright, this is cool. I see. You're what? Oh, that's the sleds. Alright, we got a sled. Yeah, how do we get away? That's a lot of rockets. She heard that? Did she Newtype hear that? Or did she hear that? Bye! Oh, it's got a power limit. Super bye. That is a cool suit, and that is a cool lady who is driving it. Ah, buddy, you're gonna get fucked up for acting on your own again. It's gonna slap him. Oh yeah, different way of being. Ooh. I felt the vibe. There's a hot girl in there, and I know it. There was a definite vibe in there. There was definitely a hottie there. Something weird. What? Holding back? Very similar. Very similar. Yes. Very much so. Alright, the return. Now, do we get to meet her with Jared? Is Jared with her? What's going on here, y'all? It's a cool way of locking in. That's a crazy looking suit, too. His face. Oh, we're gonna go again immediately? Fucking bastard. And he's got his own suit, of course. Her what? Your what? Your lungs have been enhanced? Almost manifesting the abilities. Oh. Cyber Newtype. She's like an artificial Newtype? Like they've made one? That changes everything. If they can do that on Earth and they don't have to be space noise, it changes everything. But do they lack the empathy style stuff? Are they the same? Interesting. Music? Fuck. There's the music. That's a shitty lock on, dude. You locked in perfectly and missed all the shots. What the fuck? That's so silly. All right, Garda versus Garda, sort of. Oh. Oh! They're in the fucking... Ah! Dude, Amuro's here! Oh my god! Hi. What are those? Ball bearings? Uh. What what is that doing though? I don't know. Oh. Nanto. You're what, Amuro? Is he gonna jump? Escape on the man bird, yep. Whee! So badass. What the fuck? Is he gonna fucking full jump? Is he gonna man fight this mobile suit? That's all I want in the world. Is Amuro in free fall getting himself inside that mobile suit? Fuck. Yeah, indeed. Is he gonna crash it? I don't know what he's gonna do. Amuro, what are you gonna... Whoa. Cool cut in. This episode is so much better flowing. Nanda. Yeah, wait, how did he know? Amuro dato. No. What a face. Ramming speed? What? What? I fully don't understand the mechanics of what just happened. That was sick. Oh, he's out. Amuro? There's a time to jump, and it was a little while ago. Is Camus going to save? Okay, his parachute's out. He's fine. Bye. Oh, what a scene. Hello. That's familiar looking. It's like an old friend. With an Amuro Mark II inside. Beep. Nice catchy. Yeah, release those. Yep, bye. Oh. You could say that. Oh my god. My oldest enemy. Amuro. And my great friend, in a strange way. Focus on the... Char. Hi. I'm a child. Oh, they don't need to say shit. It's just so interesting. Oh, there's so much history. Ah! What a moment. Oh, and a Jazaki. Woo, that's a special style frame. Holy tits. Fuck. I'm skipping the ED, sorry. Oh, so juicy. So juicy. That last sequence was so good. The way that they had Amuro all a red, so it was already like a painterly frame, and they recognized each other, and there's nothing said. It's just these little moments like the grip tightening or the eyes twitching a little bit, and they look at each other, and it's everything is unsaid and unsayable, and there's no communication, but there's so much communication. It's so good. Oh, so cool. So cool. I love that we're doing this with all these old style characters and bringing them back in and having this like history in the world. It's really cool. It makes sense now the way that we do the intro, talking about the Zeons and things that had been before. All right, so we enter in here. We meet this character. She's off to go do a fight. She's really hot. She goes off. I mean, Jesus, they really did some work on these particular frames, and also just the color types, like this light blue in the eyes, the dark purpley blue of the hair, the yellow. It all goes together really well. It's just an extraordinarily pretty character design, I think. And I think seriously, it's a really, really pretty character design. I'm really into her. All right, so from the Augusta Lab, and I'm going to assume now that the Augusta Lab is a place where they're manufacturing or attempting to manufacture Newtypes. Probably not perfect simulacra, and she's only a partial Newtype at this point because she hasn't awakened to her power completely yet or something like that. But he's fucking confident with the outcome is so predictable, the game loses any stuff. So interesting. Okay, so more snark from this and more impossibility of going because he's being watched. He thinks it through, comes up with an idea, and this is very fun. Getting to have Amuro be a little bit of a spy and be a little bit competent and stuff is so nice. There's a lot of emphasis on this little cheek kiss scene. It's so... This is really cute, actually. It's a moment in animation that I actually feel. And what I mean by that is, like, I've talked about this in the context of Kyoto animation before, how they'll have these moments where the one that I always come up with as an example is like you're on a bus or a train and you're going on like a winding road near the ocean, and you open the window and a sea breeze like rolls in and you feel that whoosh of the air, and when I see something like that in anime, and it's executed effectively, I actually empathetically feel the feeling. Like I actually physically feel it, and that's part of my nature. Like I have I don't know if I would say I'm good at it, but like empathy and mirroring is something that happens to me a lot, or mirror neurons and understanding the physical feeling of another person's experience when I can see them experience it. In the same way that when you see somebody go through an injury, you go like, and you feel that, right? You see somebody, in Guy's case, you see somebody get kicked in the nuts and it's like it's a visceral thing. You like almost feel it. I bring it up because in this moment, right there, I actually like almost feel the softness of like a girl's cheek, because of course I've kissed girls on the cheek, right? But I feel this moment, right? I feel this moment, and it's weird. I physically feel it, and that to me indicates that this was executed effectively. I don't know. It's really cute as a follow up to, you know, a bit of a will they won't they over the course of the first season, not explicitly necessarily, but a bit of a will they won't they, and maybe some disappointment from people who wanted Frau and Amuro to get together. But I think this is a good way to go with that. I love this little mission. It's fucking crazy that Amuro is down to just pull a gun on some innocent civilian pilots and shit and just piece the fuck out of here, and of course leave this guy absolutely trounced. So wonderful. And some cowboys, and we're on mission. So we go ahead and we do the on-mission attack. Here they are, and they're here, and we gotta fight. And Camus makes the unilateral decision that he wants to get out of here and fight on his own outside instead of being stuck inside, which is the order that he's been given, and that flies in the face of the whole correction thing and the following orders thing that he's supposed to be learning. And both sides think the other is an asshole for fighting in this area where there are civilians. I think that's a really interesting moment. We see back to back them being like, how dare they attack us in this civilian area? And then they on the other side are like, how dare they lead us to the civilian area and choose this as our battlefield, even though you're the ones who chose that this would be a place of battle. They're just moving, right? It's crazy. Who thinks about where they're fighting during a fight? And we get some fight scenes, and they're fucking sick. This new mech, the Gal Plant, is super cool, and the way it moves is awesome. And then there are a bunch of really super duper fun dramatic sequences as we move along through the fighting portion of it that I just really like. And of course, we end up back on the ship, and we come to the conclusion that we must hold back this fist. I felt something pulling me to that suit. It's not an excuse, it's the reason. Oh man, I love that. I love that a lot. I always had trouble with this in my childhood, specifically with my father. Any explanation of the reasons why I did X, Y, or Z, it was always viewed as an excuse, no matter what. And of course, that's a tool that someone who is domineering in a relationship can utilize to silence you or to prevent you from having a response, in order to put forth and further their own viewpoint or their own potentially agenda, right? If the viewpoint, for example, that my father would sometimes have would be something along the lines of, you're doing this to specifically and maliciously to hurt me. And it's like, well, I'm trying to make an explanation of why I did X, Y, or Z. It's not like that, right? Like, no, I'm not cleaning my room in order to hurt you. I'm not cleaning my room because I'm bad at it and because I'm probably undiagnosed ADHD and it's fucking difficult and I don't know how to put things away. Organization is miserable for me. It always has been. But that was like the sort of thing that would happen. And it would always be, no, you're just making excuses. You're just making excuses. You're just making excuses. And so there was no way to get headway. And it's not an excuse. It's the reason here. And I think it's good and strong and powerful. I felt great danger from that suit. And that's very cool. So we return in here. We meet her with her hair down. And there's a lot of it. And goddamn, what a woman. Woo, woo. Of course, she is a cyber new type with enhanced lungs and potentially other enhancements. She might be genetically engineered to be perfect, and she might be perfect. All right, and then we move into the fight. There are some great sequences of shit moving around really fast and flying things. Some really cool angles on some of these Gundam moments and fights. A lot of cool emphasis on little things like squeezing the triggers and stuff. Wasn't entirely sure about all the things. But there are these really impactful things like this, and then no matter what from Char. Super cool. I'm going to take down that fucking suit. I don't know how Char does, how Amuro does this. I do think this is the best, though. And to the point where I'm going to screenshot it. And I'm going to consider turning that into an emoji, because holy crap. I don't understand how this works. So he's flying the plane forward, and then a shatter happens as it moves backward. But like, what? And then it is moving down, and the plane goes up, and it goes through the plane like butter, and then Amuro is falling out, but he's not. I don't understand a lot of this. It's a really dramatic, over-the-top sequence with a lot of action going on, and I don't even care, because what happens right after it? First, Amuro face-to-face with a Gundam, a Mark II. Not his Gundam, but God, it's so close that it feels like this moment of himself looking into a mirror, you know? And then, I've never seen that mobile suit before. As Char approaches Amuro in red, that's Amuro, and we see his hands shake. They haven't seen each other in years. His expression is unreadable. His eyes are flickering, but we don't know why. I said Char, didn't I? And he looks, and he watches as Char comes down out of his mobile suit, and they are face to face. However, they are face to face for the first damn time in years. Char, Amuro. And the kid flying by. So sick. Cool battles, cool character interactions, amazing ending. Both episodes were kind of like that. Some cool battles, some cool character interactions. Good shit, dude. Good shit, Zeta Gundam. Some very solid episodes. The stuff around Char's identity is really interesting to me. The fact that we've now brought back Amuro, I don't even know. Like, you actually have as a potential mentor the person who is the precursor, the predecessor, in whose footsteps Camus is going to be walking, or Amuro's. And he might be able to talk to him and like legitimately help him. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's such a cool concept. It's like, honestly, here's what it is. It's like when fucking Joseph Joestar shows up for part 3, right? That's what it is to me. This is what happened. This is when Joseph Joestar shows up to part 3 and we're like, that's the guy and he's here and he can give his inferences on all this stuff and tell it. That's so cool. And it is. It is such a cool idea and I like it a whole fucking lot. These episodes were good and that's where we're going to wrap. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Zeta Gundam 13 and 14. I hope you've enjoyed them, and I hope to catch you next week for 15 and potentially more. See you there. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the Patreon for early access, and I'll see you next time. Peace.